Bahubali, The Beginning, English, The One with Strong Arms, is a 2015 Indian epic fantasy action film that is directed by S. Rajmouli and produced by Shobhu Lagat and Prasad Devini. The film is one of the two cinematic parts that are shot in Telugu. It was released on July 10, 2016. This movie was also officially released on YouTube in 4K HD English. Outside of an enormous waterfall, an older woman named Sivagami is seen carrying a baby. She is tired, injured, and exhausted with an arrow in her back and realizes that two soldiers are following her. She strategically places them in a trap and kills him with their own swords before fleeing. She accidentally gets caught in the river current and is unable to make it to shore. Sivagami prays to Lord Shiva, the Hindu deity of evil's destruction, that her life can be taken for her mistakes. But the baby, Mahendra Bahubali, must live to see the light. She drowns, but not before holding Mahendra above the surface in time that a group of villagers save him. The villagers are the Amburi tribe, who reside near the river and worship Shiva. The leader of the village, Sangha, discovers that the drowned lady evaded soldiers and came through a secret cave to escape them. Sivagami pointed up towards the mountain before she died, so Sangha's husband realizes that they must take the baby back. Shivudu grows up 25 years later to be a young, acrobatic, adventurous, and kind-hearted man. Much to Sangha's disappointment, however, he is obsessed with the idea of what adventure could lie above the mountain and spends years trying to climb it. Sangha performs a prayer to Shiva hoping it will make Shivu obedient and stop trying, involving pouring buckets of water from the falls on the Shiva Lingam pedestal. Shiva dislodges the Shiva Lingam and picks it up, showing that he somehow has superhuman strength. Shiva carries to the bottom of the waterfall. Soon after, he finds a mask. He realizes the mask has left a feminine-like face in the mud from where it washed up from. He's further motivated to venture up the mountain to find out who the mask belongs to. He successfully scales the mountain and finds a woman named Avantika being chased by soldiers from a kingdom called Mahishmati. Avantika acts like a damsel but leads them into a trap, and they slaughter the soldiers. Avantika reports back to her tribe's leader, a group of rebels hailing from the fallen kingdom of Kunthala. The tribe is led by Chief Jayavarma, who declares their goal to liberate Mahishmati from its evil king and Emperor Balaladeva, Ale Bala. Bala is holding Jayavarma's sister Devasena hostage, torturing her on a daily basis. Avantika talks to Jaya about Katappa, a righteous warrior residing in Mahishmati who might be able to help their cause. Jaya confirms the Katappa has lost motivation, and Katappa is visited by a weapon trader named Aslam Khan, whom he befriends upon sharing his past and duties with. Katappa is a skilled and strong warrior whose lineage is bound to serve the king like a slave despite being a general and commander of the army. Bala's birthday is upcoming, which gives the rebel tribe the perfect opportunity to rescue Devasena. The honor is granted to Avantika, who finds a henna painting drawn by Shivu on her hand when she was resting earlier. Though accused of neglecting duty for beauty, she assures Jaya that she wants the mission more than anything. Bala's men have captured a Guar bull from the forest to test his strength. He defeats the bull and notices that Katappa tried to stop it from killing him when he was distracted. Bala tells Katappa that he knows that Katappa hates him and wants to kill him badly, and wonders why Katappa remains loyal. He decides to grant Katappa a wish, which turns out to be to release Devasena. Bala allows Katappa to kill her if he wants to but refuses. Katappa visits Devasena that night and begs for her to let him set her free. Devasena refuses, frustrated, as it's shown she's been spending the past 25 years building a pyre just to kill Bala. She says that her long-lost son is still alive and will make Bala pay for his deeds. Shivu further tries to get Avantika's attention and they meet roughly. Shivu tries to lighten up her combat-torn life by showing her the inner beauty. Avantika becomes friends with Shivu after Shivu saves her life from Mahishmati soldiers. Shivu promises to hold Avantika's honor, and though he doesn't know Devasena, he knows that she's important to the rebels and vows to save her. Shivu infiltrates Mahishmati the next day and finds Bala's men erecting a golden statue of him. The statue falls, but Shivu catches it, and his mask reveals his face briefly to a citizen who calls him Bahubali. The men and citizens surrounding them start to chant Bahubali rebelliously, to Bala's anger. The statue is positioned, and at that night Bala demands to interrogate the guards to find out who was responsible. He escapes successfully and sets Devasena free, taking her out of the kingdom by chariot. He however is stopped by Bhadra's scouts and guards, but fends him off. Katappa joins the fight, but despite his aid, Shivu beheads Bhadra in anger at how he treated Devasena. He shouts Bahubali into the skies and the surrounding tribes, and Katappa's loyal soldiers bow to him. The next morning, Shiva finds out that he's adopted and that his real name is Mahendra Bahubali, and Katappa tells him about his father, Amrendra Bahubali. Nearly 50 years ago in Maheshmati, King Somadeva from the original royal family had two sons, Vijaladeva and Mahadeva alias Vikramadeva. Vikramadeva later dies in battle after Vijaladeva has his son Balaladeva with his wife Sivagami decides to take in Vikramadeva's son after Vikramadeva's wife dies from childbirth. Sivagami names the boy Amrendra Bahubali and decides to give them equal rights. Amrendra proves to be loved by the people for his compassion and nobility, and dedication to making the kingdom a safer place. This makes Bala jealous over the years, and as he gets older, he plots to hurt his cousin/adoptive brother to take the throne for himself and rule with an iron fist the way his father couldn't. One day, a traitor in the kingdom named Sakathan is found by the princes being a spy for the malicious Kalakiya tribe. The Kalakiyas are rough acquaintances of Maheshmati. The Maheshmati royals plot their counter to the Kalakiyas' threat of war using an unused trident formation. The armies are divided equally, but Lord Vijaladeva cunningly gives his birth son an advantage with more men and weapons. The next day, upon attempting to settle truce, the chief of the Kalakiyas named Inkashi insults Sivagami. This makes Bahubali angry and Sivagami demands that he suffers before death. The two sides commence battle and Bahubali uses creative initiative to cripple the Kalakiya army, burning them with 10 tarps on fire. Bahubali and Bala's armies cut through Inkashi's forces, through which Inkashi uses captured villagers as a barrier. Bahubali manages to save them from crossfire while the careless and heartless Bala kills them in cold blood. Katappa holds the enemy back at the gates of the kingdom, but his wall is breached. Bahubali motivates the soldiers into holding up their oath and fight back the brutes who would dare touch their righteous kingdom. Inkashi is injured and brought forth, and Bala kills him. Vijaladeva believes that since Bala killed him first, he deserves to be the rightful king. Sivagami however decides for Bahubali, who focuses on saving his subjects and leading the soldiers during battle. She declares that Bahubali is a righteous man who deserves to be king, and the soldiers and citizens chant in support of him. Back in the present, Sangha is proud that her adoptive son is the heir of Maheshmati, but Katappa confesses that Amrendra is dead and that under unknown circumstances, he was forced to kill his own friend.